welcome to a video on how to do some yoga to help with your period. So yoga is actually proven to help with period pain. So today I'm on my period, so I'm going to show you some stuff you can do. You can actually do this from your bed, but I am doing this on my yoga mat. But I'm going to go back to bed afterwards, hence the pajamas. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by doing some cat and cow. So just check your alignment is correct when you get onto all fours. So your shoulder above your wrist, your hips above your knee, and this is just neutral spine. Inhale to look up and bring your bum up, dropping your belly. Exhale to reverse. So you're bringing your head down, your bum down, your belly up. Push your shoulders as well. And keep doing this with your own breath just to get a little bit of spinal mobility, which can help with some lower back pain that you may experience during your period. And just remember to keep breathing, because you're inhaling as you go into your cow and exhaling as you go into your cat. And you can do this as long as you like, just get some movement going across the spine. I don't have COVID, I promise. And once you feel like you've kind of loosened up your spine a little bit, you can make your way back to a neutral spine. So just again, checking your alignment. And you want to start by really opening up the hips, because obviously that's where all the action is going on right now. So bring your knee, I'm going to start with my right leg, right knee to my right wrist, and then just kind of twist the ankle towards the left wrist, push your left leg back, and this is just a pigeon pose. So this is really good to open up this area. If you are a little bit wobbly, you can put a cushion there. So just make sure that your hips are in line with each other to get proper alignment in this pose. And that's just stretching this muscle over here, which can really help to release any strain or pain you've got going on around the ovaries on this side. So best position is to make sure the hips are aligned, look forward and get really good posture here. If you want to make this more relaxing, which if you're on your period you probably do, walk your hands forward and bring your hands together to relax your forehead. Or if you're a little bit more flexible, you can go all the way to the floor and just chill here. Take quite a few breaths. If you want to pause the video so you can hold it longer, go for it. And it's important with yoga to try and breathe through your nose and not your mouth. It just helps you relax a bit more. Unless you've got a cold, then it's kind of difficult, but and when you feel like you've had enough of that, slowly walk out. And we're going to just go back out this pose the way we came in. Go back to your neutral spine, check your alignment. So shoulder over wrist, hip over knee. And then I'm just going to do a few more cat and cows just to keep that spinal mobility. And then back to a neutral spine, and we'll do the same with the left side. So bringing my left knee to my left wrist, twist around to bring the ankle towards the right, push that right leg back, and just check my hips are aligned. You can use a cushion to just make sure the hips are even with each other, and you can either stay like this, which is a bit more active, or if you're having a really lazy period day, walk your hands forward, make a little pillow and relax. Or if you're a bit more flexible, go all the way down. Just make sure your hips stay aligned with each other so there's no tilting to one side. And just breathe in this pose for as long as you feel comfortable. And again, feel free to pause the video to hold it a little bit longer. and then gently come up and come back out the way you came in. And you can do a few more cat and cows because we like that spinal mobility. It's great for any pains you may be getting, particularly in your lower back. And from here, we're going to go down to the mat or to the mattress, wherever you decided to practice. I know I'm kind of looking at the camera, but try and look forward. Bring your hands in front of you like this, and kind of lift up a little bit. So you're pushing your pelvis really into the ground, lifting your upper back, and you're getting a bend right here. This is a Sphinx pose, and it can be kind of majestic. It's like a pre-cobra pose, but you're going to hold it for a bit longer. Keep your feet on the ground, look up as high as you can, just to get a bend right here, and open up that area. So this is stretching the abdomen at the front and also bending the back. So it's helping those two areas. So you'll probably feel a little bit of pressure here, and you feel a stretch on the front side of the body, like here. And just hold this for as long as possible. Breathe again through your nose, inhaling and exhaling. And you can pause the video if you want to hold it for a bit longer, if you're finding this pose particularly helpful. I don't know what to do when I'm not speaking, so. And then you're going to relax, come back down to the mat. Place your hands underneath your shoulders this time, and we're going to go into a cobra pose. This is just a bit more of an extended version of what we were doing. And you push up with your hands, and again you're getting that same bend, but this one's just a little bit more intense. Look as high up as you can. Push your arms back. Really feel the stretch across your abdomen and the bend in your back, just above your butt. And keep breathing through your nose, inhaling and exhaling. This is meant to be a gentle stretch, so if you're breathing faster than you were before, come out of it a little bit, just reduce it a little bit. And then do that for as long as you feel like. Again, you can pause if you want to hold it longer than I do. And then gently release. And you can like chill here for a second. But we're going to then move into a child's pose. So this one, you're pushing back onto your hips. So if you just look at that movement there, so my bum is going directly to my heels and my head is going towards the floor, my arms are extended. So this is just a nice way to kind of curl up and get your breath back, and it's also just good for that pain you get in your lower abdomen. Then come out of it the way you came in. Back onto that kind of all fours, but this time just make your knees a little bit wider. And we're going to do a similar child pose, but this is a wide-legged child's pose, so it's just a little bit better for this hip joint here. And push back. Head to the ground, arms out long, and just relax here. And then eventually make your way back to all fours. And we want to switch over to our back. So you can do this via just sitting down and bringing your legs out in front of you. And we're just going to do like a seated twist, kind of warm up this area of the spine. And if you get like leg pain as well, this one can be quite helpful. So we're going to start with our right leg. So you want to bring it in towards you. Give it a hug, make sure your spine is as straight as you can. You're going to bring the right leg over to the left side and then hug it with your left arm like this. And you're going to turn into your leg. So you're going to bring your right arm behind you and look over your right shoulder, hugging that leg in. This is fine. If you want to make it a bit more deeper, push your elbow against your knee and start twisting your upper spine. If you want to make it deeper still, you can take this leg and bend it across and then do like this. Again, you want to make sure your spine is as straight as you can feel it really, and you want to make sure that your hips are as even as you can get them. And just breathe in this pose again, inhaling and exhaling through your nose as slow as you want. As you inhale, straighten your spine, and as you exhale, deepen the twist. And on your next exhale, gently untwist, unwrap the legs, and just take your flesh out from underneath you so you're sitting a bit more comfortable. Just sit for a second just to realign your body before we move on to the left side. So then bending your left leg in towards you and hugging with your right arm, bring it over like this, and you want to kind of turn now to your left, so looking over your shoulder. And if you want to deepen, you can push your elbow against your knee. I got a nice little click there. And you can hold like this. I'm going to make it a bit more intense by actually bending that leg across and then moving across like this. As I'm inhaling, I'm making sure my spine is as straight as it can be, and exhaling to deepen the twist. I'm really trying to look over my left shoulder, but the neck is actually the last thing I'm twisting. So the rest of my spine is twisting first, and my neck is just following. And then exhale, release, and then bring the legs back out in front of you. And I just move my flesh so it's not in my way. And then straighten my spine. And I want to bend from the hips, not from the back. And I'm just going to do a little forward fold. So just bringing myself over my legs. And this is not a really active exercise we're doing. This is more for your comfort. So you don't need to really push yourself or push your hamstrings too much to bend properly over. Just go as far as you want, and even like this is enough, as long as you can feel a little bit of a stretch on the legs and you're not bending your spine too much. If you are super flexible and you want to hold the back of your heels, that's also fine. If you're even more flexible and you want to go all the way down, you can, but this is more of a passive stretch than an active one, because we're not working out to our full extent today. We're having a period day, so we're just trying to make sure we get a bit of a stretch to release any tension in the legs, but we're not overdoing it. Not today. That's a non-period day exercise. And inhale to come out. Then we're going to bring our heels together. So this is a butterfly pose. It's opening up this area of your groin, so it's just kind of releasing any tension you have there. So your feet together, make sure your spine is straight, and you want to bring your knees as close to the ground as you can. It can be quite difficult to touch the ground. You don't need to do that. It's just so you feel a bit of a stretch here, and bringing this in close as you can until you get a bit of a stretch there. And you can hold your feet together, or you can even use your elbows to push down the knees to really get that stretch going. I'm doing a combination of both. I'm holding my feet and pushing down my knees. If you want to, you can go a bit more forward to really open up that area, and you can kind of curl over it. Don't worry too much about keeping your spine straight for this one, because this is a passive version, not an active version of the pose. If it was more active, you would want to keep your spine straighter, but you can be passive today. And just opening up that hip area. And just remember to keep breathing. On any exhales, you can go slightly deeper into it. This is also a really good way to release any emotional stress, and I know people can get a little bit emotional around their period, so this is a very good way to release that kind of stress as well. And then come back up. And we're going to kind of now go into lying down, which is great if you decided to stay in bed. Unfortunately, I did not. And we're going to just Bring everything down except our feet. And then we're gonna bring I'm gonna bring my right knee to my chest, and I'm gonna extend my left leg long. I'm gonna look to my right side. I'm gonna have my arm extended a little bit on the right side, and I'm gonna use my left hand to push my right knee to the left side to just do another twist. So again, just stretching the abdomen and twisting the spine to release any tension you've got there. And just breathe into this, hold it as long as you want. And on your next inhale, come out. Exhale to bring your foot back down. Both feet touching the ground, and we're going to do the other side. So hug your left leg in, stretch your right leg long, bring your left arm out, look towards it, then use your right hand to push your left knee over to the right side. I get quite a few clicks in my spine when I do this, and they feel pretty good right now. And just relax into this pose. And on your next inhale, gently come out, feet down. And you can, if you want to do this against the wall, you're welcome to, but it's called legs up the wall pose, so it doesn't make sense to do against the wall. I don't really want to do against the wall, but it's just lifting your legs up, so you're kind of just draining the blood from your feet, your legs down to your hips, and you can have your legs wider if you want to continue stretching that groin area, or you can have them together. Should have thought about my trousers when doing this pose, but it's okay, little girls here. And want to just kind of keep your spine straight. You don't want to look to the sides, you want to look up, kind of towards your toenails if you're keeping your legs together, or like up to the ceiling if you're keeping your legs apart, and just relax in this pose for as long as you want. It can be really good to do this as well before you go to sleep. It just kind of removes any of that pressure from your legs down. If you're on your feet all day, if you're quite active and you have to work during your period, this is a really good one to do as well. And then gently coming out of that, we're doing a very similar kind of thing next. We don't really like to do inversions on the period, but this one is quite good to, again, just kind of open up that same area, the hips and the abdomen, and just kind of stretching the back this time. So you can put your hands underneath your hips, and this time you're kind of pushing from your back over, and then just bring the feet over the head. Try not to move your spine, don't look left or right, and just relax like this. So it's not quite an inversion because your legs are not above you, they're going behind you. So it's just squishing this area and extending the spine. Kind of hard to talk like this, not gonna lie. And hold this for as many breaths as you want. And if you want, you can also keep your hands to support you. I've been doing yoga for a while, so I just naturally don't, but it's your choice. Don't worry if your feet do not actually touch the area behind your head anyway. It can be happy to just hang wherever you're feeling comfortable. And then kind of gently roll out of this one. And from here, you want to grab your feet and bring your knees into your armpit, your feet as close to you as you can. And you're going to kind of just massage your lower back in a happy baby pose, because when you're on your period, what you really want to be is a happy baby and not a grown woman working. And then when you think you've had enough of that, bring your legs together in a central position and give yourself a little hug. and then release into Shavasana, which is corpse pose. And if you're in bed, you can just go to sleep from this. If you made a decision to come to your yoga mat, you can relax here, or you can do another yoga video. But hopefully this is helping with your period pains and making your life a little bit easier for that time of the month. If you enjoyed my video, don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you for watching.